Hi, Helena. This is Jim Gillis with Win My Vote, and thanks so much for linking in. Wanted to give you a quick demo of our platform. It's a free voter engagement site, and it was designed with groups and organizations, especially nonprofits, in mind when we built it. And when we looked at the state of communication around politics, we obviously looked at Twitter and Facebook and the social media sites that do a great job of sort of one-off information, but they never really helped the voter organize that information and then make the connection of actually voting. So when we designed the site, that's what we had in mind. So the way that it works is that a voter signs up for free with just an email address or a social media account, and without putting in any personal information, just a zip code, we can produce for them an interactive online sample ballot of their upcoming election. So you can see here under ballots, these are the 2016 races. Here's the 2017, and then there's a couple coming up in 2018. And this zip code right here, 90010, is a Los Angeles, California zip code. But it's a national site, so you put in any zip code anywhere and you can get your upcoming ballots. But just for demo purposes, I'll show you the San Francisco ballot. So there is my zip code, and then here I'll choose my districts. And if there's a direct hit like there are for the state assembly and the state senate, those would be populated right when the person first signed up. The reason that they weren't populated and I had to select them was because I changed my zip code. But you can see here that it goes all the way down to school board. So then I just save. And now my ballots, are the San Francisco, California ballots. So I'll show you real quickly the presidential race. So as a voter, I can quickly scroll down through all the different races and see all the different candidates running in all those races. And if I want to, expand the city districts that I'm not in, I can do that as well. I can also see all of the propositions, and I can see all of the local measures. And furthermore, I can click on a candidate. I can learn about that candidate, and in many cases, most importantly, I can see the groups and organizations that I trust and who they are endorsing. So that feature, and this pertains to your organization, this feature is called Trusted Sources. So when I sign up, I click on Trusted Sources or My Trusted Sources, and there's actually a pop-up when you sign up to remind you. And I click on the groups and organizations or individuals that I trust. So obviously I would trust the nonprofit that I work for, or the nonprofit that has reached out to me and that I agree with their platform and their issues. And the important part on this one is that a lot of people don't have time to be really active in their in the group or in the nonprofit that they like. So for example, and this may not be a good example, but it's a good demo at least, the AFL-CIO, right? Now, I follow that group. My dad was a member of the group. I really like what they stand for. I can be reminded of some of the issues that they're fighting for, and I can select them as a trusted source so that I'm able to see their endorsement. So when I go back to my ballot and I'm clicking on a candidate, I can look here and see all of the groups and organizations that endorse this candidate. So for example, here it is, the AFL-CIO, and they even have a video.
Hello, I'm Liz Schuler, Secretary-Treasurer of the AFL-CIO. And when the AFL-CIO endorsed Hillary Clinton for president, it was working women who were on my mind.
And with that, I can say great, and I can even favorite that candidate so that when I go back to my ballot, you can see that that candidate, the nameplate is now turned to green, and I can even see a percentage of favorites that are on this ballot. So from a group standpoint or from a nonprofit standpoint, they would build a free page, very much like the AFL-CIO page there, and they could reach out to all of their members, and the members can sign up for free, get their ballot for their upcoming elections, and then be able to see how that nonprofit is endorsing whether it be on candidates, but also on the propositions and measures. So again, as a voter, I click on the proposition. I can see a summary of the proposition. I can read more. I can scroll down and read the entire language of the proposition. But I can also see groups and organizations that are supporting it and groups and organizations that are opposing it. So for example, if I were a member of the California Teachers Association and I saw that and they're supporting this, I could indicate either yes or no, and that's always starts as undecided. But I could click on it and hear what they have to say about this proposition.
It wasn't that long ago. Years of devastating cutbacks to our schools. 30,000 teachers laid off.
And with that I can say okay, great, and then I can support it by voting yes. And then when I click back to my ballot, you can see here now that the nameplate has turned green, and I can even see a percentage that is supporting, a percentage that's opposing, as well as voters that are still undecided. And as a group campaigning for a certain proposition, that's valuable information. That's an ongoing real poll. It's not just a telephone, hey, this is what I think I'm going to do. It's someone who's actually marked yes or no, on their sample ballot here. So again, would love to talk with you about it, and we're building all sorts of new features all the time, and would love to talk with you about some of the things that you guys could utilize, or sort of a wish list of things that you wish you had, and also get to know a little bit more about the stuff that you're doing, and if we can be of any help, that would be great. And again, it's totally free to users and totally free to groups and organizations. And just so that the business model is that there's not advertising or anything like that. It's that the candidates themselves will be paying, and it's something like $100 for a profile. It's very much like an online dating for candidates, where they would build their own profile here. So for example, you have candidates that are running for school board. This person right here, Ian, would build his own profile, upload videos and stuff, and then enter onto a ballot. So that's the way it works, and again, would love to talk with you about it. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.